Hey, what's up, Jinx? What's going on? Does that music sound too loud? We're just literally just gonna hang out. Just hang out and chat it up. Yeah, don't worry about it, Jinx. Yeah, I found out. I found out who it was. I figured it all out. What you up to? Yep, this is a little secret live stream. Kind of want to see who gets my notifications. Seems like nobody's been getting any of the notifications for whatever reason. I always get messages under my videos. So I figured we'll just hang out and talk some true crime. There's a case that has recently gotten my attention, but I haven't had time to kind of look into it very much. But I'm going to see if you guys know anything about this case. Oh, shit. That's weird. I must have messed up some of these settings. Oh, well, I'll just share my screen. I don't know why that happens. StreamYard is so finicky. It's ridiculous. Now, this is an older case. Lauren Spierer. I believe it's out of Bloomington. Let's take a quick look. If you guys are watching right now and you received a notification for this pop-up live stream, let me know. Oh, shit. JG says, hello, Sleuth. Didn't get notified. Just happened to see you were on. Damn it. And you have the bell icon. You have everything selected. Dang. I wonder what the heck is going on. I'm getting more and more people saying that. Like, hey, I didn't get any notifications. I wonder if it's something that I can do on my end to improve that. Phil says, nope, didn't get notified. Only saw that you were live. Yes, I do have the bell on. What the? I wonder why. Have you guys heard of this cold case, Lauren Spierer? I believe it's Bloomington, Indiana. This is kind of like some low budget news, but they have a lot of they jam packed it with some good information. Interesting. I wonder why.
What seemed to be the only credible lead this far in the Lauren Spierer case.
And I'm pleading with you to be that person that defines yourself as the person that helped us.
Lauren Spierer's mother, Charlene, delivered an emotional plea to the press Monday after Bloomington Police Captain Joe Qualters dismissed what seemed to be their only credible lead thus far, a white truck appearing to circle the area around Lauren's supposed last known location was found to be in no way connected to the 20-year-old IU student's disappearance.
We are satisfied with not only the information provided to our investigators, but also the video information that supports that vehicle being excluded.
Police had incorrectly believed the truck passed by twice, prompting the initial suspicion, but learned of a video surveillance timing discrepancy over the weekend that proved it had in fact only passed by once. The driver was picking up a coworker and reportedly did not see anything suspicious.
I think you know by now that the search is extended to large spaces of land outside the city of Bloomington.
Phil, I don't think she was on. She may have been. I don't know a whole lot about the case. I spent like 2 hours last night, and the only reason I looked at it because I was looking for other cold cases in the area surrounding Delphi. You know, just to see if maybe, I don't know, maybe there was some other cases that we haven't really stumbled across. Because we often wonder about Richard Allen, how could somebody be involved in this? And if they think he's involved and they know the other people are involved, they have some really solid evidence. So if somebody could be this violent at the age of 45 or 44, whatever age he was, then it seems like he probably would have had to do this before. You know what I mean? Hey, what's up, Matt? It's always good to see you, my brother. Hope you're doing well. You look great. The channel looks good. You got all our support over here. So anybody hanging out with the Sleuth Intuition Sleuth crew, make sure you guys go show some love over there to Matt. One of the cases that is near and dear to us is the Evansdale case, and he is pretty much an expert when it comes to the facts and all the information. Not to mention his contacts with that case are amazing. So we love what you did with the Evansdale case. We love what you're doing with Delphi, and you're a good friend, Matt. It's good to see you. Hey, what's up, Dawn? Hey, did you guys get any notifications? We're gonna do a little test live stream, little pop up. We're gonna roll up. Heard of her, but it seems like it's been a while. Hey, TLH. It's good to see you. How you doing? Yeah, you need anything, Matt, you let me know. We got you. Seriously, let me know. Yep, channel's looking good, man.
Bloomington. So it takes a significant effort of people and power to get out there and cover all that ground.
Sunday marked the first time the search expanded to an area outside Monroe County when police received a tip about a foul odor near Martinsville in Morgan County. The tip did not yield any leads. For WTIU News, I'm Alex Roy.
JJ says he could have been violent, but just never took it this far before. Yeah, that's possible. I'm thinking maybe he has, but he might not be your typical knucklehead. Sometimes these killers, they're violent and they're not smart enough to control their emotions. I'm wondering if he might be a more calculated killer, or he may not be a killer at all. This could have just been him not knowing he was participating in a murder, but being part of the planning and being part of this conspiracy or whatever you want to call it. Maybe it's not a conspiracy, but a small group of people who put this plot together. I mean, if he didn't turn himself in or come forward, that just makes him just as responsible. No notification. Dang. Oh, you didn't? Okay. Hey, Lakeside, what's going on? So this is going to be like a super secret little sleuth meeting, I guess, since nobody's getting the notifications. Do you guys typically get notifications? Let me ask you that. Like when I schedule them in advance, will you get a notification then? What's up, Tracy? What is going on? I think I have another video here about this case. It's a strange case. All right. I thought I did. Maybe it's on my desktop. It had something to do with the truck they were interested in. But I guess they talked about it a little bit there. Let's talk about the Flora fires for a little bit. Let me show you this video that I recently found.
Flames went so quick, and that mother coming out, and the only thing she did was screaming to save her baby.
Thanks, JJ.
And to hear them girls scream back for their mom is the most
Thank you,
devastating thing
Lesbian.
anybody can hear. Not
Dawn.
alone she have to go through.
What about you, Dawn?
She kept,
You normally get those?
telling me over and over, Jeff, I did everything. I couldn't get past the smoke. I tried to get to my babies. I couldn't get it. The fire wouldn't let me get to them.
I felt so much, hurt for that mom. Like, she didn't lose one or two. She lost all four. I mean, her kids are her life, and it's just, it was really hard
Oh, man.
to see all of it.
My girls was everything.
What's up?
Kiana, she played basketball. They was gonna be.
Hey, Tracy.
Kiana was gonna be a superstar in basketball. Carriere was just gonna be all around. Kiara, she was more of a.
Thanks for the feedback, guys.
Very special, man.
Man, the pain in his eyes.
She would have just been real smart.
Damn. Yeah, how do you explain that shit? Pre-planned. Do you think that they intentionally killed these people, or did they think they were going to get out and it just happened to kind of go out of control? Yo, kid, check the rhyme. What's up? You know it. I don't get notifications. I used to. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I think it just bees like that sometimes. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Let me see. So I found some interesting things in regards to the Flora fires. Not specifically, because this is not going to be a live stream about Flora. I have something special planned for them. So, but I did find another case. And Matt, you might find this interesting, honestly. They were going to save them, but got burned. Oh, yeah. Dissinger. Lesbian says, I wonder if this was some hooligan kids in the neighborhood. Could be. Could be. That's the thing. With this case, we don't have any suspects. We don't have any motive. Right now, it just looks like pure corruption. I found this image online. Apparently, this is the inside. So, I mean, that place burned. I mean, look at the stairway. Lakeside says, I think there was some controversy concerning whether it was an arson or not. I think they've determined that it was 100% arson. I think they... is it called an inflammatory? A flammable. I think they found a flammable substance. I bet the stairway acted as a chimney. Yeah, it looks like it climbed right up. They smuggled the bodies to Flora to get their story straight. Yeah, it almost, in my gut, and I have nothing incendiary. There you go. Thank you so much. So, in my gut, I feel like there could be some corruption going on. I mean, if you control every facet of your government in your town and your county, I mean, who can oppose you? I mean, even the FBI couldn't oppose you. Nobody could oppose you if you and a group of people control everything. If every gear that makes the judicial, every part of a community work, if every one of those gears is all working together under the same corruption, and the thing is, people say, "Oh, that's crazy. That's a crazy conspiracy." And I'm not saying I have any facts to back that up, but what I am saying is that shit like this, conspiracies and things like this that happen, you're not supposed to know about them. You're not supposed to find out. Certain people are supposed to go to prison or die, and certain things are not supposed to be spoken about ever. But once in a great while, these types of conspiracies, some of those gears that are made to operate slip. And a little bit of that grease slips out of the machine or the mechanism. And that's what I think we're seeing in Carroll County. Possibly. It's just a hunch, no accusations. I have nothing to back it up. Just call it a hunch, whatever that means. Incendiary, and no, they didn't find accelerants. Dennis Randall claimed dogs hit on accelerants, but lab tests were negative. Okay, that's interesting. Could also be stupidity combined with covering up stupidity. Yeah, just a stumbling mess that leads to like a snowball effect. It's kind of like when you slip up and you say something and then you try to correct it and really you're just making things worse. Like that, like the spell correct on a text message. You're like, oh shit, I didn't mean to put that. And then you try to correct it and it just makes it even worse. Then you're like, oh no, I didn't mean that. I meant to say this. And then you still go on and on and on and on. You still haven't gotten it right. Accelerants were found on the deputy's clothing. Yikes. Mandy, what's up? His hands and face were burned too. Didn't he run into the fire? Who ran into the fire? Was that Yoder? The Streisand effect. Nice. Oh, yeah. Well played. The Streisand effect. Yeah, I think so. All right. You guys want to see something crazy? It could be nothing. It could be nothing. Have you guys heard of this case? Let me see how many videos I have on it first. 1, 2. Oh yeah, I did have another video on Lauren Spierer. Let's watch that real quick first. I know it's kind of scatterbrained, but this wasn't planned. This is just a lot of what I do is when I'm going through my rabbit holes or I'm doing chasing down leads and following up information and names and organizations and things that I stumble across. Anything I capture, I just throw it into a folder and then I organize it later. But let's watch this really quick. I think it's like 2 minutes.
We have been following for years now.
3.
5 years after a 20-year-old college student from Westchester County vanished, there is new hope in solving her case.
And tonight, ABC takes a deep dive into the Lauren Spierer cold case. It's a 2020 special called Looking for Lauren.
Today, the missing person posters are all but gone around the Bloomington campus, and the name Lauren Spierer is a thing of the past to many.
So when I say the name Lauren Spierer, it doesn't really ring a bell.
But quietly, behind the scenes, the case is very much alive.
We're getting close. I think we're going to solve this.
Former FBI agent Garrett and a team of private detectives hired by Lauren's parents have now turned up new witnesses, leads, and theories.
Well, ABC's Brian Ross is here now. And Brian, you've been following this case and investigating this case for a better part of a year. You have learned so much information about Lauren and her disappearance.
He knows his shit.
Absolutely, sorting out leads that range from biker gangs to ex-cons with a record of attacking women, right down to some fellow students who, some of whom have not cooperated at all with Lauren's parents, and they're very upset about that, and an indication of some troubling things in her own past involving, as many college students get involved with, drugs and drinking that may have helped lead to her demise. It turns out she had a very serious heart ailment. So mix that with alcohol and drugs and nights of partying, and there's a belief that perhaps her fellow students, some of them may have seen her die and then panicked and disposed of her body.
Along with that, what about some of the men who came under suspicion by police and her family in Westchester?
The men she was with that night, the young men, became persons of interest. The police have not brought any charges against any of them. One of them was a new friend she had just met. He's the one who spent the most time with her that night. He claims he has a memory loss because he got in a fight with other students and has not been able to say anything he says. He now works in New York. We tracked him down. He wouldn't talk to us. He won't talk to the family. He won't talk to the family's private investigators. So there are many questions for him about what he knew. We've also found another student who has since gone to prison after a drug rampage. And he has told people in the prison that he knows who did it, what they did with the body.
It sounds like this investigation is so close to solving it. It has got to be so painful and so difficult for Lauren's family, who has really learned a lot about their daughter.
Absolutely.
And has had to also deal with these 5 years.
See, the reason I was interested in this case is because the more and more I learned about Richard Allen, the more and more I knew he was kind of like a bar fly, you know, a pool hall junkie. I don't know if you've ever met people like that. So, and she disappeared while leaving a bar. So I was instantly interested.
Years that have gone by.
5 years, but they continue to push hard. Charlene and Rob Spierer up in Scarsdale, they're pushing hard. They're hoping tonight this may be the case, this may be the opportunity to break the case. Brad Garrett says he thinks he's one interview away from from solving this case.
So close. And
Where
her
have we heard
parents
that
deserve
before?
closure
They
to
do.
this, and they deserve to know
One
what has
piece.
happened to their daughter.
Very hard 5 years for them, but they hope they're getting close to having some kind of information about what happened.
Well, it is phenomenal work by you and your team on this investigation,
Well, thank
and
you.
we'll hopefully have some
It's a fascinating story.
fascinating story. We cannot wait to watch it.
Calm down, lady. The bloodlust on that one. Lorraine, what's up? You didn't get a notification? What the hell's going on? Let's see. Let me pull up a map. This is Clinton County. I mean, this is a stone's throw. I've done. You should go check out my other live streams on. I did some stuff from Burlington and from Bloomington. There's some very similar cases where a guy in a blue jacket, ski mask, and blue jeans came up and tried to tie a girl, tie her hands together, and then pull her out into the woods. She got away, though. She said she was able to fight him off. Sending kids to college after cases like Lauren's is scary. Like these creeps using campus for hunting grounds. Yeah. They really are. I mean, you're letting your birds fly, you know, they're flying. Here comes the birds of prey trying to snatch them right out of the sky. Why would DC come out about being an arson if it was? He had to have some proof. Okay. Man, that looks blurry, huh? I wonder why. It's like sharp on my screen. Okay, so this is the county where she went missing. And right above this is, oh no, I'm sorry, this is a different case. Hold on. Let me check something. I'm getting all sidetracked here. I'm going to have to verify that. I think it's Bloomington. But it's still not far. It's like an hour drive from Delphi. Sorry, this is the case we're going to talk about right now. But before we do that, let's kind of get into what Matt Sullivan was talking about here.
Working for you tonight, we took those questions directly.
And it's funny that you brought that up, Matt, because in the members meeting, this is exactly what we were talking about. We went over all this stuff, and it was very fishy. We're not going to go over everything, but
to the prosecutor.
My health is fine. My marriage is fine. My family's fine. I'm not in any trouble with anybody to the best of my knowledge.
Then why the fuck are you stepping down, buddy? The two most important cases of your entire career. Where are you going? Let's listen to what he said again.
Tonight, we took those questions directly to the prosecutor.
My health is fine. My marriage is fine. My family's fine. I'm not in any trouble with anybody to the best of my knowledge.
It's just a lot of powerful people doing some really fucked up shit potentially, and I don't want anything to do with it. Kind of like Judge Diener. It's like, I'm not touching this case with a 10-foot pole. Hey, tax cut, what's good? The main suspect left his cell phone with RHW body. He left on side of road. That case? Yeah, we're going to talk about that case a little bit more. That case needs some attention as well. Every case is one interview away from, right? If it's an interview with the person that knows who did it, of course. I hate when they say that. What's up, D? Good to see you. Lisa, hey, did you guys get any notifications or anything like that? All right, let's finish this interview. Very strange.
Earl County Prosecutor Rob Ives says it was a variety of personal reasons that he made the decision that he'll be stepping down at the end.
Personal reasons. Like, you can't give us a good reason why you're stepping down. Just a few months. Well, more than a few. I think he stepped down in November, if I'm not mistaken. of 2017. So you just had the Flora fires. Okay. And then now you had the Delphi murders, same county. And not even a year later, you're stepping down. And I mean, his excuse is that, well, almost like he didn't want to get bogged down in all of it.
Of next month. Ives was first appointed prosecutor in 1987. He went through a volley of election wins and losses over the years, but he's been serving as Carroll County's prosecutor for the last 7 years. He says the Flora fire and the murders of Abby and Libby have been the worst cases of his career.
For both of them to have happened in basically the last year is just horrendous.
And while some have accused investigators of handling the cases differently, Ives said that is simply not the case.
In the case of the murder of Abby and Libby, there's a photograph and there's a recording. And so the Indiana State Police held a press conference because we want everybody to see that. If we had anything similar to release with regard to Galen's children, Galen Rose, we would absolutely
Indy, what's up?
Have released that, and we'd had the press conference. It isn't because of any lack of effort there, and I'm very frustrated by people who think there is.
While Ives won't go into specifics on the reasons why he's stepping down, he says he believes right now is the best time to retire because no one has been charged in either case. Now, the next prosecutor will be decided by the Republican caucus here in Carroll County. That person will serve right here at the Carroll County Courthouse. Reporting in Delphi.
Yeah, and it's kind of strange because they had a guy that was working under Ives, and he was already a prosecutor in Tippecanoe County. And I mean, he would have been perfect for the job. But no, guess who they picked? Unanimously, McClelland. Shit is very suspicious. I don't have anything solid, you know. It really is just like a bad smell in the air. Where did Ives go after stepping down? It's a good question. Bloomington is in southern Indiana, about 3 hours away. Thank you for correcting that, Phil. Yeah, so that case was in Bloomington. The one I'm going to talk to you about is a little bit different. And I don't know if you guys have seen this, but this one's extremely suspicious. So let's start with this here. You guys can hear everything okay?
Fire sweeps through it.
You guys can hear everything okay? D, no notifications. Wow. Mandy, no notifications. What the hell, YouTube? Why you hating on me, brah? Bud, pal, boss, chief. Don Spain, I thought an outside investigator determined it was arson. Well, I guess there's some conflict there from what I'm seeing in the chat. BN Mama, what's up? Did you get a notification? They've been ordered to release the 911 tapes by the courts, but are breaking the law by refusing. Yeah, I was surprised they released that body cam footage. You think they would have done that a while ago? Like, why wouldn't you have? What's up, Lisa? All right, you guys, check this out. Let me know what you think about this.
Dead after a fire sweeps through a Clinton County home. News 8's Garrett Burkest tells us about the desperate effort to save the children.
It'll be some time before authorities can piece together what caused Friday morning's fire, but one thing's for sure, the deaths of these two young girls will weigh on everyone for a long time.
The family called 911 around 2:15 in the morning. One of Sheriff Rich Kelly's deputies was nearby and arrived within minutes.
He met the father and mother, who were identified later as the father and mother of the child that they had in hand and the two children that were still in the house.
Kelly says Deputy Jared Yoder went inside the burning home to try to find the remaining children.
He may have made it into the doorway of that bedroom, but was unable to locate due to the fire and smoke that he was facing, as well as the ceiling had already started to come apart and start falling down.
Slick Nick.
Yoder got out and turned the search over to firefighters. When they finally got the flames under control, They found the bodies of 2 girls, ages 12 and 5. Kelly says the discovery devastated everyone involved.
I mean, you can see their shoulders shrug and, walking with their heads down a little bit. And so we utilized
2000
our chaplain team as well as Rossville Fire's chaplain as well during that time to help them and the families that are the family that is involved as well.
Kelly says the surviving family members are staying with relatives who live
2018,
nearby.
I think.
His office, the Rossville Fire Department, and the State Fire Marshal's office are all investigating. In Clinton County, Garrett
I'm sure they
Bergquist,
are.
Wish TV.
So, did you guys hear that name? Guess who he's related to? Oh, you got a notification. Crazy. Hey, Glitter, what's up? How you doing? So I'm starting to wonder if there's some kind of like pedo ring, and when they have these young victims. If you notice, the victim here in this case was 12 years old, along with her younger sister. But I think she could have been the target. And this is all speculation and really reckless speculation. But I mean, something's not right, guys. It's time to be a little reckless, I think, because something's very suspicious here. Think about it. If you are part of some sick group, and this happens, a lot of times it goes unnoticed, but it does happen. There are conspiracies, guys. They do happen. But if these guys control every facet of that community and they're not good people and they're molesting children, if these children can eventually identify them, maybe they're just burning them up. You know? Oh, don't worry. We'll just light the house on fire. Flora fire. It's at 3 a.m. in the morning. This was at 2 a.m. in the morning. He just happened to be there, ran into the home, met the parents outside, ran into the home, and was unable to save the children. He is related to one of the officers that went into the Flora fires and was burned. I believe they're brothers. They might be first cousins, but I think they look like brothers.
O'clock, a family and an entire community devastated.
Yeah, 2 children are dead after an overnight fire. The parents and an infant child, they were able to escape. That fire happened around 2:30 this morning at a home in the Clinton County community of Rossville, not far from Frankfort and just east of Lafayette. That's where WRTV's Adam Schoombs has been all day, learning more about the children who are gone far too soon.
I've been speaking to family members who say the family is completely distraught. They're still trying to wrap their heads around this situation. But right now, they're asking the community to pray and help out in any way they can.
And I was like, why is my window glowing? So I put on my glasses and hopped out of bed and opened up the curtain. And I saw the flames coming out of the kitchen window. And so I started screaming and waking everyone up in my home.
Tragedy striking a small Indiana
Hey,
town.
Stacey.
The smoke was black and it was all the way down to the floor, and they couldn't see, they couldn't breathe.
Clinton County Fire Department confirming that 2 children were killed in an early morning house fire.
Fire showing from the rear of the home. Took about 20-25 minutes to get the fire under control and knocked down.
Fire officials said the parents made an effort to go back into the home to get the 2 kids inside, but couldn't. Clinton County Sheriff's deputy also made an entry into the smoke-filled home, but wasn't able to find the children. The family's uncle, Jesse Knopf,
They say it's under investigation.
WRTV. The victims were Shay and Amelia Hyde. Shay was 12 and Amelia was 5. Jesse lives next door to the family.
There was nothing we could do but just stand there and watch them try to fight these flames. I mean, they were 2 times as tall as the house ever even was originally.
Superintendent James Hanna of Rossville Consolidated School District asking for community support tonight.
I heard the dispatch, and I heard it in the dispatcher's voice. So that was tough.
In a time of need,
I was speechless, couldn't even believe that this stuff even happened.
The community showing its true strength.
As a family, want to thank everyone for everything that they're doing, all of their kind thoughts, their prayers.
Working for you.
Tragic for everyone, and everybody's going to need time to heal, and there's most definitely going to need to be time to rebuild. But those lives are never going to be replaced.
Adam Schoombs, WRTV.
Now, there will be a moment of silence at tonight's Rossville High School basketball game in honor of the girls. A GoFundMe page has also been set up for the family. You can learn more at our website at WRTV.com.
Wow.
The state police superintendent responded to criticism about how that investigation is being handled. Paris Lubell joins us live from state police.
That one happened in
headquarters.
2018.
Erica, good evening. The superintendent was emotional and direct tonight during that press conference. He says the comments made by the NAACP were just simply not true. Now, during that press conference, he says he takes full blame for the investigation getting off to a rocky start, but says his investigators are committed to solving this case and finding the killer. And any notion that they're not is simply an insult.
And even the notion that there would be even the perception of a cover-up in regards to an investigation involving 4 little girls is not only unsubstantiated.
You guys need to remember, Doug's not from Carroll County, right? He has to drive quite a while to get there. So if there was any kind of cover-up, he would have no clue about it. He wouldn't be part of it. He's just there to represent the state police because he knows how to deal with the media. It's his job to take the blunt force of any criticism. That's why he says that every time he stands on that podium. You can criticize me, but don't criticize them. It's his job to be criticized. He's the front man.
Ladies and gentlemen, it strikes me at the very core of who I am and the agency that I represent. I hope that one day we can tell you what we know.
No, you don't.
And I hope one day I can look into the eyes of a person that killed 4 little girls and then explain to you what we knew and when. But criticize me all you want to.
What's up, Jen?
I'm not going to do it today.
Superintendent says they are actively working this case, and he says he does promise that he will release that information just as soon as he can, as soon as this investigation wraps up. Reporting live tonight, I'm Call 6 Investigates, Paris Lubell.
Lisa says Flora investigation is not handled by Carroll County. Yeah, it is. What's up, Gene? Okay, let me see what else I got here. So this is a map of where the fire was. And this is the map I showed you earlier. I didn't mean to show this one. Look how close it is. I mean, you got Flora right here and you got Delphi right here. And then you got the good old Pizza King too. You remember, did that guy go to prison? He does. It seems like all law enforcement say the same worn out sayings. It's just to throw the media a bone. Like, here, chew on that. Okay. We take it and we go chew on it for a while. Then we come back and he gives us a new one. I never heard of that. That's interesting. We'll have to talk about that more. Thank you. It was in Rossville, Sleuth. That's even closer. Okay, so I was browsing the YouTubes, and it looks like our buddy, I guess he's not our buddy, but fellow YouTuber did find something interesting. Let's take a look. I went and recorded it myself, but this is basically what he had.
Or do you?
And this is something that he pulled from Open Secrets. Extremely interesting, in my opinion. Let's take a listen.
Or do you think that night that she told you that she heard someone had said there was videos, do you think that was when you and her first were able to talk about it and it was like so fresh?
It wasn't even Ashley, just herself that told me that. It was Ashley and a woman named Kansan Rick told me that shit.
Same girl that told you that had a hit out on you?
A girl named Kens and a guy named Rick told Garrett Kurtz that they had it on film, that they seen films of the Delphi murders. Remember, the first theory that we ever talked about when we found out about Keegan Kline was a snuff film. We put Las Vegas and we put Keegan Kline and we said, well, what the hell were they doing in Vegas? Maybe they were making a snuff film. I mean, we did like 8 live streams about it right after. If you guys want to go check that out, we'll probably pull those back up. Because not only did he say this, remember, he told Open Secrets this also.
And what did she tell you that she heard?
Now, this is something that we've been talking about for a while, but that other one was a really good catch. So let's take a listen.
What did she tell you that she heard or that she had saw videos of the crime?
She told me that Sheena Cottrell and Nick Edwards had fucking videotapes of the shit and that she heard them talking about it. And then when I asked her about it, she's like, oh, I don't know nothing.
And were you like...
Okay, so his follow-up to that statement is, no, it wasn't only Ashley Garth who told him about it. And it wasn't only Sheena Cottrell. And it wasn't only Nick Edwards. But according to this guy, Garrett Kurtz, convicted murderer, somebody named Kens, maybe Mackenzie, Kensington, Cans, I'm not quite sure what the hell her name is, but her and a guy named Rick. And what do they call Richard Allen? Ricky or Rick, right? So just because all this information is floating around on Facebook for, all these web sleuths to get their hands on doesn't mean that there's not shit going on. So what are the odds that Garrett Kurtz is telling us that a guy named Rick and a girl named Kens, or whatever, the same person who said he had a hit, that there's a hit out on him. I mean, who puts hits out on people? Murderers, killers. And who gets a hit? A hit man. I don't know. That shit's very suspicious right there. But I definitely wanted to talk about that. And I think that might be it. We can also talk about the muddy and bloody witness. Apparently, she didn't come forward until possibly almost being charged with attempted murder. The very day that her case was, I think they submitted a continuance request. That very day is the day they came out with the July 17th, 2017 presser and released the older bridge guy sketch and made the statement she said he didn't have blue eyes. So apparently the female witness didn't come forward. This is 3 months later, didn't come forward, was arrested for attempted murder, and her case file was destroyed. And now she's a witness in the Delphi case of the muddy and bloody guy, confirming a timeline and becoming possibly another gear. Yes, if this is the same person, and I believe that it is, this person didn't come forward, was charged with attempted murder and 3 other felonies, and there was a witness to this crime. The person that apparently her victim didn't want to press charges. Of course, guys, we're dumb, you know, we love somebody. Didn't want to press charges. But the witness says that he had to jump into his truck. The victim had to jump into his truck, the witness's truck, to avoid being hit. And then, well, it tried to jump into the truck, but instead fell onto the ground. And when he fell onto the ground, he could hear the woman put, and this is all documented, that he put it in that she attempted to put it in reverse. So honestly, guys, it doesn't matter what kind of corruption. We know that the FBI wasn't at the press conference for Richard Allen. They weren't there. Nobody can stop these guys. You could have all the evidence in the world and nobody can touch them. Nobody. All right, guys, we're going to hang out for another 5 minutes. Just want to do a quick little hour stream. Wanted to see who's getting my notifications and just share this kind of jumbled pile of content I have here. It's kind of scatterbrained here, but I thought it was all pretty thought-provoking and all really strange things. It just doesn't smell right in Carroll County. You got the prosecutor, and then you got the same people that work with the prosecutor and all these defense attorneys. They're the same people that are going to be prosecuting and defending. These guys know each other. They work like this Achi guy. Like he's represented Ron Logan. He's represented Keegan Klein. And he's also represented this muddy and bloody witness. Well, Achi, guess who he used to work with? Rosie. They were working at the same law firm together. It's like both sides playing for the same team. Potentially. In this scenario, this hypothetical that has no merit, but could very well be true. And if it was true, there's nothing you could do about it. They have every aspect, every safeguard covered. They're a part of it all. The entire mechanism, the entire machine. So sometimes I wonder if they're just looking for the person who fits the perfect patsy. You know, is it Ron Logan, the guy that lives on the property who has a shaky background, kind of looks like the bridge guy? Is it him? No. It's not him. It's the other guy. It's the guy who said he was at the trails, remember? Let's pin it on him instead. It'll be easier. Or no, first it was Kagan Klein. What about the guy who was catfishing the girls? It'd be easy to pin it on him. Now, this isn't what I think happened. You know, I think that Richard Allen, the evidence points that Richard Allen, Kagan Klein, and a group of people committed this crime and most likely filmed it and sold it in Las Vegas. That's probably what happened. And when they searched Richard Allen's home, they most likely found that video and found him on the video. He can't very well be filming, you know, and be on the video, especially if the video camera's moving and you can hear people talking in the background. So that's most likely what happened. And when the defense gets that information during the discovery, they'll change their tune. But then again, you know, they feed us these bones to where we think a certain thing's going to happen and we think we have it all figured out. But it could be they just throw the hammer and lay the hammer down on this guy and he takes the rap for it. And whoever really did it goes free. Yo, what's up, Tech? Good to see you. Gen C, what's going on? Who else did I miss? Did I get you, Jen? Good to see you. Did you guys all get notifications for the live stream? That's kind of what this is all about today. I'm just trying to see who's getting notifications. I went through my comments the other day, and there was like 10 comments of people saying, "Man, I didn't get the notification." And sometimes I think people think I have control over that. I don't have any control over that. I could completely block you, and if you hit that bell icon, you're going to get the you should be getting the notification. I still think the meth cooking under the bridge played a part in this. Yeah, very well could. We all know that at this time, Garrett Kurtz was high out of his mind. He doesn't even remember what the hell he was doing. You know? So if he's that high and he's surrounded by all these people, who was it? Sheena Cottrell. In law enforcement, you better be looking into these people, honestly. Nick Edwards, Kins, and Rick. All claim to have seen video, according to Garrett Kurtz, seen the murders on tape. To me, that's huge. If that's not part of the proceedings, and man, I don't know what is. Then again, you know, do you take Garrett Kurtz at his word? He didn't sound like he was lying to me. He seemed like a guy who didn't have anything to lose and didn't want his mother to get hurt. He's like, you don't know anything. You don't know the truth about these guys. You know, they don't know about the unsolved murders. They don't know about the missing people that aren't really missing. They're in somebody's backyard under the ground, and nobody's talking. Indy says, I've often wondered if Richard Allen was developing photos for the creeps. No notifications for this one, but yes, for Bearizona. Yeah, Bearizona was awesome. I lost my fucking wedding ring today. I think at a gas station that I stopped because I lost almost 30 pounds. And my wedding ring, I needed to get it resized. I had it bent so it wouldn't fall off. But the other day I was washing my face, and when I went to dry it off with the towel, it fell off on the floor, and I was like, oh shit. And sure enough, today we're at Bearizona, and my finger felt naked. And I thought it was because I went to the restroom there, and I had the maintenance guy come and help me dump out the trash. He gave me some rubber gloves. I was looking through the trash, but my daughter, the super sleuth that she is, she's like, I have an idea. And she went and checked her footage. She's like, nope, look, you didn't have your ring in the car. So then I called the gas station that we stopped at about halfway, and I asked them if they could please look in the trash. And she said they didn't find anything. So I've been pissed off about that all day. And then I came home hoping it would be here, and I haven't seen it. So I'm hoping I'll just stumble upon it. My wife's like, "You're not going out anywhere." She's just joking, but she's cute. Hey, reaching to my soul. What's up? I never get them anymore. Yeah, what the freak? Even when I put it on the community tab? That's really strange. That lockdown, man. Working from home and that lockdown is good. Because when you go to the office, you have to walk around. You go walk to the office. Like, hey, I'm going to walk to this place, my favorite pizza joint. You know, I'm going to take that step back. Or you just walk around the building, chat on the phone, whatever. But when you work from home, you got to make sure you're staying active. Hell yeah, I was proud of her. Better sleuth than me. I never claimed to be a good sleuth, but I am a sleuth. You're saying the music's loud? I have it turned all the way down. It's literally down all the way. Really? That's really weird. Let me stop it. Yeah, I have the music is like all the way down. That is so weird. What the frick? So stupid. I have the music like completely down. Sorry about that, guys. Like, I literally have it down. Why the hell would it be so loud? That's crazy. Not sure why I did that. Well, I shut it off because you guys were telling me it was blaring. I have literally had it down all the way. It was like at a 4. That's so crazy. I'm telling you, YouTube has it out for me all of a sudden. Earballs. I think my computer's possessed. Carroll County hacked your settings. I think so. They're probably trying to curse me right now. They're like, why hasn't he died yet from our curse? I don't know. Go get some better curses. You weirdos. Oh yeah, definitely Yoder. It's a Yoder virus. Yeah, it was pretty interesting, huh, Lisa? All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it. I tried to play out with some music, but apparently it was all fucking haywire. Life has it out for you. Well, thanks, guys. Thanks for giving me all the feedback about the notifications. I don't know if there's anything I can do about it. I'm not exactly sure, but I'll try my best to figure it out. Either way, you guys have a great night. If you're part of the replay crew or anybody wants to leave a comment, I will take a look about any of the weird stuff that I was presenting today. Or shoot me an email. Thank you, Chen. All right, guys. Have a good night.